Imagine having access to one of the most advanced reasoning models on the planet, giving it a straightforward task, and watching it stop dead in its tracks, simply because it can't click an "I am not a robot" box. Anthropic built Claude Managed Agents to solve the infrastructure puzzle. They provided developers with a secure, autonomous environment where Claude can read files, write custom code, and execute complex commands. But there's a serious limitation. This managed cloud sandbox is headless. There is no display, no graphical interface, and absolutely no local Chromium browser available to spin up. Because of this isolation, any task requiring the agent to navigate the actual web is largely off-limits. Developers are forced to cobble together awkward, brittle workarounds just to fetch a single web page. Anthropic created a genius-level assistant, but placed it inside a dark room, completely cut off from seeing or interacting with the outside internet. The problem, however, goes beyond the sandbox. The modern web is aggressively hostile to automated traffic. Look at this flow of data. The team at Browser Use analyzed 300,000 security check events pulled directly from production traffic. This chart categorizes the rejections, revealing that the main hurdle for AI agents isn't their internal logic loop. They get stopped by CAPTCHAs, bot challenges, and anti-scraping shields on nearly every site users actually care about. The data proved a critical point. Agent intelligence and browser stealth are orthogonal. They are entirely independent variables that require separate measurement. To beat these defenses manually, developers have to provision sandboxed headless browsers, manage rotating proxies, wire up third-party CAPTCHA solvers, and somehow run all of this without a display. Surviving these active defenses require dedicated anti-detection infrastructure. Scaling up an AI model's reasoning capabilities simply cannot fix a routing and evasion problem. To fix this, Browser Use announced that their Stealth Cloud browser is now available as a first-class integration directly inside Anthropic's Claude Managed Agents platform. The connection happens through a specific command called Browser Use Cloud Connect. This bridges the previously isolated Claude environment straight to the open web. Browser Use built a custom agent and paired it with proprietary browser infrastructure rather than simply offering a remote Chromium instance. That infrastructure arms Claude with built-in stealth proxies, native CAPTCHA solving capabilities, and a persistent file system to handle downloads and session data. They also added optimized tool orchestration. This allows the agent to break down and execute complex, multi-step actions across different web pages effortlessly. This effectively upgrades Claude, moving it from a static text processor to an active, stealthy operator navigating the live internet, all without needing a local graphical interface. Let's look at how this architecture translates to measured performance against live targets. This chart tracks evasion success rates. By routing requests through this infrastructure, Claude agents are hitting an 84.8% stealth success rate against modern anti-bot systems. For the developer, the workflow is now remarkably simple. You give Claude a natural language prompt requiring web research or interaction. The agent pings the Browser Use integration, which takes over and executes the command. It navigates the target website visually, completely in the cloud, natively bypassing the shields that block standard scrapers. Once the web action is complete, the extracted data is securely passed right back to your prompt inside the managed environment. We have a proven, reliable method for autonomous web browsing at scale, achieved by pairing Anthropic's reasoning with targeted evasion tactics. Operations that were strictly off-limits to Claude, like logging into client portals or pulling dynamic pricing data, are now accessible by default. Developers no longer have to spend hundreds of hours engineering custom agent loops or writing bespoke Python scrapers for every new website. There are massive infrastructure savings here too. You don't need to manually provision sandboxed browsers or manage subscriptions to third-party CAPTCHA solving farms. This highlights a specific division in how AI systems are built, separating the brain from the vehicle. Browser Use serves as the vehicle. It is an armored, specialized stealth browser designed exclusively to absorb the friction and hostility of the real-world internet. Anthropic's Claude is the brain. Relieved of infrastructure and evasion duties, it can allocate all its compute toward high-level reasoning and generating the precise instructions needed to drive. By addressing the web's infrastructure bottleneck, this integration allows autonomous browsing to move from a complex engineering hurdle to a standard feature of the open internet.